We're here with Neil Strauss. Hello, Neil Strauss.
Hey, good morning.
Neil Strauss is the author of a number of books like The Game, a book about seduction and womanising gurus that exist the world over. That's how I understand it. And also The Dirt, that biography on Motley Crue, eh?
Yeah.
Right, that's one, probably loads of other stuff.
Yeah, like a bunch of decadent.
Decadent?
Jenna Jameson, the porn star, I did a book with her.
So you're drawn to smut, aren't you?
Pretty much.
I bet you're...
And I'm doing a children's book next.
Oh, Christ.
No, I'm not.
Oh, God help us all. Like, so you're drawn, it would seem, to the sexual underside of life.
Or just the dark side.
The dark side is...
Yeah.
So, yeah, that right. So, I mean, let's go for all this, because
You're
it's
including
interesting.
yourself in that category.
Why?
Well, Neil's come down to your show.
I'm not part of the...
Sexual underside.
The sexual undercarriage, the dark undercarriage of existence with moss growing on it, with heather and lilac. Listen, my undergrowth is a lovely place. So you've written... Right, so that Motley Crue book...
Right. Then I spent a year living with Dave Navarro while he was like
Did ya?
deep in, drug addiction, shooting up coke every 15 minutes.
Oh, blimey, what a lot of pressure. Every 15 minutes.
Yeah, here's a great... I'm like, it seems like when you didn't shoot up coke in your day.
No, I did not.
Okay, good for you. Respect.
Under an awful lot of pressure. For every 15 minutes,
and I was
nothing
like,
done.
And I was like,
I didn't like uplifting drugs. Heroin's what I prefer.
Exactly.
Although all drugs are terrible.
He would take that maybe to go to sleep or to take a
Cocaine to go to sleep?
No, he'd take the heroin at the night to
I was
cut off
thinking,
the
my
edge.
God, he must be very upbeat
Exactly.
if he considers cocaine a sedative. He got a lot of energy.
And he was like, I was like, it's like gasoline to keep your car running. And he goes, but gasoline doesn't eventually deteriorate your car.
No, it doesn't. Although a lot of cars do have built-in obsolescence to make sure that we keep purchasing cars. You are an American gentleman. You understand the nature of consumerism.
So that metaphor was completely wrong, is what you're saying.
I'm saying it's a good bloody metaphor. I liked it. I
Is
thought
he
it was
married to
brilliant.
Carmen Electra?
He is married to Carmen Electra, isn't he? Or they're not getting on?
It's kind of iffy right now.
Are you their marriage
Really?
counsellor? You look as if you were on delicate ground there. I really shouldn't talk about this because they Carmen Electra.
Oh, I don't
came on
care.
our show
It's
once.
out. They're like separating. And the
Good,
worst
she's
part.
attractive. I'm glad to have
Yeah.
her back on the loose. I've gone well with her when she came on. She came on our MTV show.
She humoured him for at
She's
least 10
humoured me
minutes.
for 10 minutes. That's the closest I get to affection these days, is people not pointing out that I'm mentally ill.
Right, well, one more reason to come to LA.
Yeah, all right, yeah, we'll come to LA. We'll come over there to start our film careers, won't we? We're making films soon, why not? So now this book, we'll go through everything you've ever done.
Right.
But this book, The Game, right?
Right.
So can you explain it to people that might not know anything about
Yeah,
it?
the backstory is there's this whole world out there of these guys, and they're all connected. And they're like the world's greatest pickup artists. And like...
This is real, isn't it?
This is real.
Yeah.
And
They
it's,
really exist.
and
They're the
tens
world's
of
greatest
thousands of
pickup artists.
guys who all try to like learn from their tips and techniques, and it's everywhere. It's like not just like LA, New York, Chicago. It's in London. It's in Amsterdam, and they're in layers. Like every city has
Layers?
a layer. Yeah.
If you're trying to pick up women, probably the first thing not to do is call your abode a lair. Hello, you look attractive. Would you like to come back to my lair? I mean dungeon. I mean hellhole. I mean boudoir. Ah,
Exactly.
I'm interested.
And I didn't go like undercover as a journalist to like bust it open. I went as the guy who's like, I was like always in friend zone my whole life.
Right.
Like you can meet them, you could talk to them, then you'd be sitting across from them in the room.
Trevor Locke.
Trevor Locke.
Locke's little ears have picked up there because Trevor Locke lives in the friend zone.
What does that mean? I don't know what the friend
It means
zone
you
means.
don't have it off with women, Trevor, because you get all friendly with them like some sort of nufter.
Look, I treat
Well,
women
close,
as friends.
Trevor, close.
I don't want to have off.
Close it, close it.
I don't like it. I don't find sex disgusting.
Trevor finds sex disgusting. He's like Kenneth Williams. He looks down at his own googlies and just goes, oh no, oh dear, and just pokes them with a chopstick.
No, I don't.
You do, Trev. You poke him with a chopstick.
I just met Trevor. Am I allowed to say something or no?
Attack him.
Okay, no, I'm just not going to attack him. I'm going to say
Attack.
unbutton one button.
Unbutton one
right,
button.
right there.
Which button?
On the top.
Your fly button?
No.
Oh, my button.
Oh,
Okay.
Trevor, don't turn everything
He's
into
been
sex.
a new guest on the show, and he's already...
Already going for the fly.
See, that looks
That's-
better
That's
already.
better, isn't it?
Trevor has his shirt done right up almost to his eyebrows. He got it all right buttoned up.
This is me dressed casually. Normally I'm wearing a necktie at this point in the day, but today I've loosened up.
He thinks he's John Travolta
better
because he's
already.
wearing that shirt.
Thank you.
We'd actually play this game where when we were learning, we'd walk down the street and figure out what guy's getting laid and what guy isn't, just by what he looks like. And if he is, then you're like, okay, I want to look like that. If he isn't, I
How
don't
do you
mean to
tell? How do you
gesture.
tell? What are the signifiers, Neil?
Russell is getting laid and he's covered in coffee and stains. So
Those
Exactly.
stains
How does
are
it work?
patches of honour, Matt Moore, because those stains were hard earned. They're like notches on a bedpost. They're like medals. Go
The
on, Neil, what
signifiers
are
are
these signifiers?
standing out and not fitting in.
Ah.
Right? like just all the extra stuff, like the cheap jewelry and the
Cute
necklaces.
appurtenances.
Sure.
Exactly.
My jewellery is not cheap. It is actually.
So there's something they call peacocking.
Peacocking.
Do you guys know about this?
I certainly do. That's when you get your dinkle and then you pee in a glorious arc of wonder right across the.
Then clearly, I don't need to explain it.
No, peacocking. Yeah,
So
like sort of
peacocking was
dressing up.
the way the peacock will spread its colorful tail feathers to attract the female of the species.
Yeah.
So too must the guy stand out in a colorful way to attract the woman.
I see.
So I would actually go out in stuff that I really thought was like ridiculously uncool, like goggles or a fuzzy purple vest. Horrible stuff.
Goggles?
Ugly,
Goggles,
uncool.
you say? And this
I
would
would-
get their
This was in
attention.
London. I did this in London. Like they talked me into it. I wore the goggles. Like a woman walked up instantly, grabbed them, and said, "I hate those." But guess what? It was already on. You came up and you're talking.
Yeah,
to me.
once you're
Right.
talking, once you get that first moment.
Matt, you sound like a serial killer. Why are you not talking? Why did you got that
That's
first
true.
moment? Bang!
You've got the same.
I think
You've got
it's
to have an
downhill from
in.
then.
Just need an in. And
Yeah.
then once you're talking,
Exactly.
once we went
Talking
out
is
once with a little
inevitable.
monkey. No, that sounds wrong.
Yeah,
We
you
once-
did. I love that
A
little
little
guy.
monkey would work.
We had a
That
little.
would be peacock.
Yeah, we had a little toy monkey.
Yeah.
Because it was an in. Women
Right.
came up and went, "Oh, look at that little monkey," and then you're talking to them.
Exactly.
That monkey's dead now.
I think as soon as
God,
they
what a
start
night.
talking, then it's downhill from there.
As soon as they start talking.
Yeah, you've lost it. In my
Oh,
experience,
Trevor.
you know.
What on earth do you
Trevor.
mean?
Well, I just think, you know.
Do your button back up, Trev. You're making me feel sick. Showing your nipples off, you filthy animal.
Once Trevor starts talking to a woman, it's all over. It's
Why,
mostly-
Trev?
I
You're
don't
such an
know.
attractive lad. What's going on?
Oh, that's very kind of you to say.
You
but
are. You've got a
really,
beautiful little face. Have a look at Trevor's MySpace page if you can bear to get through all the porn he puts up there, filthy animal. Oh, I'm joking. It's lovely that he does pretend to be a lesbian, but he's got his own reasons for that.
Yeah.
So, okay, Neil, teach us more. Oh, Neil.
Oh, there's not much. I gotta say, your whole comedy routine.
Oh, now
Well
that's
spotted.
cruel.
Well
No.
spotted.
It was art because everyone always says, you ask girls what kind of guys they like the most, and they always say, "Oh, I like a guy with a sense of humor who's funny." But where I come from, comedians don't get laid,
Right.
and rock stars who have no sense of humor, most of them get laid like crazy, right?
Yes.
And you're backstage at most comedy shows, and it's not that interesting.
Right.
But your whole thing is just like designed to make you sexually appealing. And I respect that.
Well. What an interesting way to approach the world of
Who's designed
comedy.
this? Are you an experiment?
Yes,
No,
it's
it's
Peter
full of-
Stringfellow and Hugh Hefner got together and thought we should make us a model.
And I don't know if that was intentional, and you can pretend like it wasn't, but there must have been some thought in there.
It's
In terms
inadvertent. So let's talk about my stand-up comedy because I'm a self-indulgent person.
Exactly.
So, like, what do you mean? What particularly about it is,
Okay.
is advertisement? of-
Here's the thing. You'll actually go and talk. You're going to demonstrate that you're good sexually.
Yeah, I
You do that.
Yes.
At the end, you say you're available. And then you sort of take it back. It becomes comedy at the end when you sort of get a little arrogant or egotistical. Then you sort of take it back with a joke. Like you'll
Yes.
talk about your size or something. You'll take it back with a little joke.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you still planted the the
Yes.
Yes.
I agree with
It's
that
very good.
idea planting thing.
Yeah, that's
'Cause you can
good.
say something quite outrageous, but it puts the idea in their head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fools, these women.
And there's a technique called cocky funny.
Cocky
Yes.
funny?
Yes.
That's Trevor Locke. You should try it. His nickname's Trevor Cocky Locky. But funny is not a word we associate with him.
Right. Then he's halfway there.
He's on his way, bless him. Cocky funny. What's cocky
Which is
funny?
you can say something arrogant as long as you're funny and take it back at the same time.
I do this naturally. So do you.
we use these techniques.
Exactly.
Whereas Trevor Locke just lunges at people at bus stops. Is that in your book, Neil? The bus stop lunge?
Yeah, exactly.
Spilling a big pack of mints into someone's lap, then crying. Is that in the book? Because they're all Trevor Locke's methods.
The Trevor Locke method.
The Trevor Locke method. Poor Trevor. Should we listen to some music? Why don't we? Oh my God, Howling Bells. We'll listen to Howling Bells. There'll be more from Neil Strauss. Trevor Locke's going to do his Sonic Enigma. Matt's going to do his cultural review. What are you culturally reviewing, Matthew?
Scotland.
You're culturally reviewing a nation. What an arrogant man you are to come up here to this beautiful country and think you can culturally review it in a week.
The
You
scale's
sicken
going up.
me.
It was a county last time.
And now it's a country. What are you
That's
going
a
to do? Go,
country.
oh, there's this bloke, Sawney Bean. He used to eat people in the hills. I love you. Is that your cultural review?
Perhaps. And
Perhaps.
Next week, a hemisphere.
You're going to do it? Matt will be reviewing the Southern Hemisphere. Funny there, water goes down a plug hole in a strange and peculiar way.